We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is Slasher News 2.9.
Oh my God, what happened to 2.8?
God
it's just
damn,
not here.
You made me macaroni. I love macaroni.
You're not getting it ever again now.
Jeez.
Fuck it.
So, two big, huge fucking horror stories coming in the way. Now, we know we're doing Halloween Horror Month right now, and we're full of that goddamn Michael, but these are two stories you just got to talk about in the mist, in the wings. There's something on the wings.
Something's happening in the dick hole.
Thing.
I took a Viagra.
First off, let's start with Jason. This is fucking batshit poo-poo, crazy
I like
ass
it,
news.
though. It's the best kind.
Crazy ass news. Bloody disgusting reports that... Reports?
You
know, I liked it. It was scary as fuck.
When you come down to Jersey, go talk to fucking Jersey Mike, alright?
Scariest thing I ever seen.
Scariest thing you ever seen? You haven't seen my ex-wife's vagina.
What? Yes, I did.
Oh shit, you did.
Fuck.
Damn, you fucked
now
it too,
you
dog.
know.
We best friends though.
Bloody Disgusting is exclusively reporting that they're hearing that LeBron James, yes, LeBron fucking James.
LeBron James?
Athlete.
LeBron?
Is in talks.
What?
With Spring Hill Entertainment to bring back Friday the 13th, the franchise, as a producer.
I'm into it. I'm kind of liking it. Well, because
I'm a Kobe guy and a Michael guy, way beyond I am a LeBron guy.
I like Nolan.
We know this.
I like Nolan Ryan.
We fought about this many times.
Well, it doesn't matter about what your loyalties are to your favorite basketball teams and players. What I think is interesting about this is the fact that an interest is coming from such like a well-known guy like LeBron James, that he's like, you know what, I like Friday the 13th and I really want to make something special with it and put the money behind it to get a good film made. And there is a tweet by him that says, Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees is one of my favorites. Still don't understand how he caught people running and just walked them. I mean, and that's a valid point, probably because he's mystical and magical.
I don't understand how you use your forearm in the lane and never get called for offensive fouls.
I don't know.
The world's a crazy place.
I don't understand how Rondo's spitting guys' faces, but that's what happens. He's used to not swallowing. But yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's just cool that the interest is there, and I know LeBron James is not stupid. Like, LeBron James looks over and sees Halloween making bukus of money, bukkake in your face. They're bringing in the fucking cheddar, and he's like, I want a piece of that bread. Fuck it.
And we all know, I mean, we said this, dude, from the minute Halloween was announced, we were like, look, it's huge that we all go see this movie 7 times like I plan to, because if the movie's huge, everything else is going to come back. Right. It's going to be an 8, all the studios needs is fucking dollar signs, and when they see what Halloween does, it's all coming back.
And that's
Nightmare,
fine.
All of it.
And LeBron being a producer, like if he produces it, that's fine. I don't think LeBron's going to have his hands in it, because he doesn't know about filmmaking.
Here's the thing about that.
He's going to have Mike or Jason be a basketball player that gets traded to the Lakers.
No, the thing is that, and several people mentioned, like, look, LeBron's a huge Friday the 13th fan. He's talked to his fans on Instagram Live about it before. You saw the tweet that Jay just mentioned. He's a big fan, and I think that's really, really important. Now, there's two sides of the camp. There's some people who are going, oh, fuck no, I don't want LeBron James the Friday. What does he know? And then there's another camp that's going like, dude, all he's going to do is give him money. He's not going to have anything to do with it. Now, the correct answer lies probably somewhere in the middle of that. The thing is
that C? Can I bubble that in? Because I usually just pick C.
If you're a producer of a movie, your involvement depends on a lot of things. A lot of that depends on how much money you're putting into it. Now, LeBron James is LeBron James, so no matter who you are, on a movie set, a regular Joe Schmo guy, if someone's a huge fan of LeBron and he walks into their office, which this is the reason he went to LA, because he wanted to get involved in the movie business, doing Space Jam 2 as well. But when LeBron James walks into your office, it's way different from Joe Schmo walking to your office. Now, if he walks into someone's office and they're a LeBron fan and he's like, look, I want this, I want this, I want to see this, I want to see this, it's way more apt that his opinions are going to matter a lot more. Also, when it comes to producers of a movie, you could get a producer that's almost a silent partner. They throw money at it, they have nothing to do with it, they just want their returns. Then you have other kinds of producers who actually, depending on how much money they're putting into it or their involvement with the studio or whatever, they actually are hands-on. They make decisions. They say yes to this and no to this. So we don't know at all whether or not his involvement's going to be huge or matter absolutely not a bit at all.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and smack you in the face with a switch on your gooch. I think it's going to be very little involvement as far as actually deciding where the film is going to go. Like, I think that what LeBron wants, and I think that's cool. As a fan of Friday the 13th, as horror fans, if you had the money to back a movie like that, you'd be like, look, here's the money. Go make a great film, get the director that you need to make the great film, get some writers that are gonna pound out a great script, pound it, and then fucking make it. Like, and I think that that's what LeBron James is gonna do. Like, I don't think the LeBron James, even though he is King James, well, that's his Twitter handle, god damn it, I think it's time for a drink. But yeah, you know, despite that, he, you know, his personality is larger than life, and the way that he, you know, attracts the media, and the way that he handles himself, I think that he's smart enough to realize, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't know anything about making movies. I'm just going to put the backing for you. You know, do not pass go, do not collect $200, but you can go to jail without, you know, with a, you know, get out free jail card, and just say, make the fucking movie you want to make. Now, you cannot, you know, like what he's saying is like, you can't not make a good movie because you literally have my backing. You have tons of money in your corner. Go get a cool director. Go get like some great writers. Hire the fucking people from Blumhouse to do it. Like go into, you know, partners with them. Like you know, as far as, I think if anything else, it's the best news. I think it's got more upswing than downswing. I definitely think it hangs short, or short, shriveled, and always to the left.
I'll give you two sides of it. I have a positive opinion and a negative opinion.
That's a battery.
My positive opinion. Shut the fuck up, Jim. Yeah. My positive opinion is this: it's like, look, there's interest for a Friday the 13th movie to come out. That's great. That's what we need. And I'm all for anything that makes that fucking happen. Okay, that's great. And LeBron James is a fan, and that's really cool. You want people who care about the franchise involved in it. That's the positive side about it. And it's not like he's going to star in the movie. It's not like he's going to be Jason.
I hope not.
He'd be a badass looking Jason though. He's big as fuck.
Yeah.
But negative side, possible negatives is this: is that LeBron James also has, you know, he's a dad. He speaks out about social issues. He's a presence. He's a role model, despite the Nike Charles Barkley commercials. What you don't want is him to go in and say, look, I want to do Friday the 13th, and then to go, oh my God, LeBron James, that's huge. Whatever you want, we'll give it to you. And then he says, okay, the only way I'm doing it is if you make it PG-13, no titties, no absolute disgusting gore, no whatever, all the things that make Friday the 13th Friday the 13th.
We need titties and gore.
If he does end up being a power producer on the film and does have the ability to veto decisions, you don't want someone who's really worried about their image doing a slasher horror film, because you want that movie to have that R-rated. You want it. It's Jason, man. You want it to have the balls that Jason needs to have.
Well,
that would be a scary situation.
I agree with you to some extent, except that it's not fucking Pee Wee Herman backing it, like or Warren, because if you're already a fan of Friday the 13th, as he clearly is, he knows there's titties and gore. Like, he knows that that's the whole idea. If you fuck at Camp Crystal Lake, you're just going to die. Jason doesn't like it.
Hopefully. I'm just saying there's a chance.
But it's possible. But I think that ultimately, though, I mean, and, you know, like I said, you do the devil's advocate, which you got to take this with a grain of salt. We don't know what's going to happen. This is just the very, very earliest announcement about it. But I do think that as someone that he is, and having that kind of powerhouse behind him as far as media, entertainment, and just his presence backing a movie like that, I think that kind of would really get people's asses moving and get it into gear to make a really memorable and cool Friday the 13th film, finally.
It's possible.
Yeah. But I mean, and the one thing I hope they don't go with, and you know, guys, like, I know people have their debates about the 2009 Friday the 13th, but I really like that Derek Mears guy as Jason. I thought he was fucking one of the best Jasons, or maybe the best Jason I've ever seen. If it's even Kane Hodder better than Kane Hodder.
If it's possible, I say make a sequel to that movie.
That's what I want.
Forgo the origin, forgo all that stuff. I know everyone's going to want to do what Halloween did, but what I want them to do is just have the story take place where it goes off. And another thing that you gotta remember here is that the lawsuit is still a fucking gray area. The lawsuit's really confusing. The lawsuit implies that one half has the rights to Friday the 13th and Crystal Lake, but maybe not the rights to Jason Voorhees. So who knows what rights they're going to have if the movie's going to get shut down halfway through because people are worried about courts and shit like that. There's word that people are going ahead, Horror Entertainment's going ahead with ideas for a Friday the 13th movie. We really don't know how all that's going to play out, so take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. But it's always good to hear that the wheels are churning on a possible Friday.
Yeah, and that also the fact that LeBron James, like I've already mentioned before, the fact that he is the fan that he claims that he is, maybe he enjoyed the 2009 Friday the 13th and wants to make the sequel to that. Because again, guys, I don't want to get into a flame war about what's better, the original or the 2009 and anything like that, because the original is the original, I get it. But I mean, it's like, nobody wants to go see a Friday the 13th movie in today's world and not have Jason on screen. Like, you know, like, don't remake the original movie and just have the killer be Deborah Voorhees.
If you have a Friday the 13th movie and you know Jason's not going to be in it. It's going to include Crystal Lake, Friday the 13th, camp counselors, all that.
And Deborah Voorhees.
And then you have another movie coming out, and it's just called Voorhees. And it's all about Jason. It doesn't include Crystal Lake. They changed the location. They changed the name Friday the 13th. It can't do anything. Which one are you going to go see? We're all going to see Voorhees.
I'm going to go see the Michael Jackson biop.
There's no fucking doubt.
The Voorhees.
So whoever has that control needs to be the one that's pushed forward, for sure.
Again, I keep on like putting it up the tailpipe with the 2009 Voorhees or Jason movie, but like, dude, they did it right. I mean, they barely had a small scene encapsulating the moment with Jason and his mother and him watching her get her head decapitated, and then moving on there where he's a woodsman, he lives out there on the land, he's just big as shit. That was fucking well done. And like, I was like, if you're gonna tell a Friday the 13th movie that's gruesome and brutal and actually kind of makes sense in some way, that'd be the story to go with. And Derek Mears, again, was one of, maybe, to me, actually the best Jason I've ever seen on screen. Kane Hodder's great. And I love Kane Hodder, but Derek Mears, man, and he's such a nice guy. He loved that role.
Look, put Jason in a setting. Jason Takes Manhattan. The movie sucked, but the idea was great. You know, put Jason in a setting and it works. Like, I don't think you need Crystal Lake. I know we all love it, but I don't think you need Crystal Lake. You just need Jason and a good story around it. So we'll see what happens with that. Question of the day: would you guys? How do you guys feel about LeBron James doing Crystal Lake, doing Friday the 13th?
What do y'all think about his shoes?
He actually made some Friday the 13th shoes a while back.
That's fucking badass.
How do you guys feel about that? And obviously, how do you feel about a movie just being called Voorhees and not having anything to do with Crystal Lake?
That's a little bit. I'm alright.
I'm fine with it.
Honestly, I'm alright.
Fine with it. If the choice is between that and not getting
anything
at all, definitely. Story part 2.
You got your fucking. You know what, son? Pick one: Nintendo Wii U or fucking Xbox One. I want an Xbox One. You get a Nintendo Wii U or nothing. Okay, well, I'll take that.
Go.
I'm not a fan of Wii U, but
part 2 of the news is that Robert Englund, and I saw this coming from a fucking mile away. It's crazy because Robert Englund's like, I'm never putting on the makeup again. This whatever appearance it was is my last appearance. I'm done. And I get it. The makeup takes hours to put on. He's getting older. I understand
money,
but that shit fucking talks, especially you know, when you look at the money that's getting thrown behind horror nowadays, the money it's making.
And he saw Halloween. I'm sure he saw the numbers.
I can't blame Robert Englund for originally deciding he was done and deciding, hey, money's important to everybody in their life. So I really don't fault him for that. But the Goldbergs episode comes up. He's going to be in an episode of the Goldbergs, which is like, dude, if you're gonna come back to be Jason, why are you gonna be in an ABC family comedy sitcom? Or yeah, my bad. Oh my God, Entertainment Tonight.
I know, you gotta be careful.
I just misspoke, Jim. But if you're gonna come back and do Freddy, why are you gonna use it for that? I know everybody's excited about it and it's cool or whatever, but it's the fucking Goldbergs. Like, you're getting another Freddy performance, put that shit where it fucking matters.
I think that they're really trying to come up with why he came back to do Freddy Krueger. And well, it's money for sure, but maybe he owes somebody a favor. I don't know. Maybe he knew somebody on the set of the Goldbergs. Something.
I don't blame him.
Again, no. Yeah, I mean, but as soon as I read the fact that he was interested in coming back to play Freddy Krueger one more time, I really felt like Ash in Army of Darkness when he was like, "Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. Finally, you want to grace us with your presence when that fucking dollar bill's in your face." Again, not blaming him for it, but it is kind of a cheap thing in a way because it's like you're looking around and you're seeing all these. I'm sure he got the numbers in on what Halloween is doing at the box. It's smashing the shit out of it like it owes its money. Like, it's fucking killing it. And LeBron James being interested in Friday the 13th, he's like, well, damn, like, I need to get on this gravy chain and get my little scoops up.
It's the smart choice.
But it is smart, and I would do the same thing. I'm just, it kind of annoys me when actors do this because he's always been very adamant about the fact that he did not want to come back and do Freddy Krueger ever again. Like, I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it even half the time. And now it's kind of like a Harrison Ford Han Solo thing where he's like, well, if I'm gonna make some money, I'll make some money.
So you can see it coming. You know, you can.
But again, I'm not hating on Robert Englund. I love Robert Englund. He's a great Freddy Krueger. He's one of the. He is Freddy Krueger. But I always thought it was stupid when he says, well, I'll look too old under the makeup. He doesn't look like he aged a fucking day.
That's the beauty of his character. You just need the voice and the liveliness. The makeup will take care of everything else. But here's what he said on, what's the fucking name of the goddamn, here's what he said on a show called, here's what he said on a show called Access Live. And like I said, you can see this coming from a mile away. As soon as he said he would do the Goldbergs, he said, I think they want to reboot the franchise, but they're going to need a new actor. They're going to need a new actor to play Freddy because they're going to have to do 8 of them. I might have 1 left in me, but yeah. So he's basically saying, look, I'll do one, and I'm sure
he's gonna do one.
I'm sure he's already made a phone call to someone, and you know their plan may be, hey, we're gonna do it, but we want to start a whole new franchise with it. And the studios might be telling him, no, man, if you're gonna do it, you gotta jump in at long haul. And maybe this is pure speculation.
We gotta go rawhide on that.
We don't know jack shit, but maybe he's trying to get the word out there to get fans clamoring to kind of force them to let him do at least one more. The problem that puts the studios in is like, we can't make one with you. We could start with someone else, or we could make 10. And we know that the franchise wants you. We know that the fans want you, and we want you. But if we just do one, that kind of pigeonholes us. So who knows what's going to happen with this? I know Kevin Bacon said he was interested.
That is the guy, man. And like, look, Kevin Bacon's the guy.
Dude, if Robert Englund comes back to do it, it's going to be huge. I'm going to be excited. We're going to be jacked. It's going to be fucking amazing. I don't blame him for his reasons wanting to do it. Don't blame him for any of that stuff. I get it. But the exciting thing is look, Friday's coming back. Nightmare on Elm Street's coming back. There's a chance that Robert Englund will do one, and who knows how they're going to tell that storyline.
Well, here's the thing. The only thing that scares me about Robert Englund coming back to do it, and again, it would be amazing to see Robert Englund in a full-on Nightmare on Elm Street movie again, is because some fan asked him, and you guys can look this up, they asked him what he would do if he had the budget of like a Michael Bay kind of project or a film behind him, what he would do if he was going to act again as Freddy Krueger. And what his idea is that Freddy Krueger lives inside of each different person, so that there would be multiple Freddy Kruegers. Kind of like jumping from soul to soul. And I was like, they already did that with Jason Goes to Hell, and it fucking sucked asshole. So that was what I was afraid of. Like, maybe he was like, well, they need a different Freddy Krueger. Maybe if he was a part of the first reboot part of it, then it'd be him giving over the power to another Freddy Krueger, that they would just take the name of Freddy Krueger. He would just select another pedophile.
I'm willing to bet that's what he's trying to push right now, is let me come back and do one, and then you guys can take that story.
They all like line up at the fucking, like, you know, they like went to the bullet and we're like, oh, pedophiles needed. Okay.
And you know, I get his idea in the fact that it's dreams. Like, in your dreams you project whatever you're the most scared of. Yeah. The problem with that whole thing is, it's just like the problem with them doing Halloween anthology movies. Like, it's great, it's cool, but then it's just a horror movie. It's Freddy, it's Nightmare on Elm Street because it's Freddy fucking Krueger. Yeah. It's Halloween because it's Michael fucking Myers. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think a Freddy Krueger film that didn't have to do with Nightmare on Elm Street would work. I do think a Voorhees film that didn't have to do with Friday the 13th would work. I think taking Michael out of Haddonfield would be a hard right, but it would work. But I do not think that Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Friday the 13th would work without Jason, Michael, or Freddy.
No, I mean, it's not even the movie then. And I also want to say, by the way, the reason why we've always been on board with Kevin Bacon is because I think it will eventually happen, because Kevin Bacon has, I think, expressed some interest in the role. You need a star like that. You need that star power to push a film that's been kind of dead for a long time up into the light again. They did that with Halloween 2018, and it worked well. Jamie Lee Curtis got on board.
And as soon as she came back, everybody started to take it real serious.
And then it was on Today's Show. It was on all the news outlets. You get Kevin Bacon to take a role like Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger and push that forward into the light. Amazing. Now, I'm not saying that Robert Englund wouldn't have the star power to do that, because everybody would be like,
it'd be huge.
Yeah, Robert Englund's coming back to do Freddy Krueger one more time because he's iconic in that role.
Fucking ridiculous
but
huge.
It would be even more amazing, I think, that if he is going to pass the legacy on, maybe, you know, I don't know though. I mean,
it's hard. It's
like if Kevin Bacon showed up at the end of the film as like the pedophile, and it was like, hey, you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
You touch kids.
It'd be amazing for one film, but where do they go after that?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. In a way, I'd like to see it like a one shot, like a one kind of thing, like Halloween 2018. It's taking place in its own timeline. Maybe do one more timeline with Freddy Krueger and Robert Englund, and then kill off Freddy Krueger in that timeline, and then reboot the series.
I would want to see Robert Englund come back for one more film, and then them give it to someone else for the other films, if you could count on the studio to do that. But studios are so fickle, they might be like, well, we're never going to make another one again because Englund's done, and we're afraid to do that. That's what
I tapped the guy that did Human Centipede to be the director. That's fucking gross.
But the amazing, most important thing in the world, guys, is it looks like Freddy's coming back, just as we predicted. If Halloween, the fucking greatness that it was, came back and did well, and it did. Just as we predicted, Freddy's going to come back, maybe Robert Englund, maybe not. Jason's going to come back, maybe Friday the 13th, maybe not.
We'll see.
Either way, they're all coming back, just like we said. We love your fucking faces. Comment down below on all this glorious goddamn news in my pantle crotch. And we love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button, get some goddamn wham up in you.
You got to get some cream for that, son. God, why you always tell me you fucking goat, man? What?
We watched a movie.